Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is day 5 of Teachers Launch, episode 5, where where we're go- where we're gonna be talking about surviving a toxic work environment. So, guys, I know you might be wondering how I'm so late this evening, but yes, life happens. But I'm committed to this week, as I did say I was going to share with you for this week, this entire week, 5 days in a row. I went live on Teachers Lounge, Chit Chat. Hey, Donna, Chit Chat about teaching in the United States. Today's topic is not just directed to teaching in the United States because we have toxic environment every single where. Not just in the United States. In Jamaica, if you work, you will find toxic environments. If you're in Canada, if you're in Korea, it doesn't matter where you are, you will find that some environments are just toxic. So, how do we survive our toxic work environment? Hey, Damelia, good evening. And Julian, good evening. So, we're going to be looking at today Teachers Lounge, Chit-Chat, Teaching in the United States. That was our little getaway for this week. And we're talking about surviving a toxic environment. But let's get straight into it. What is a toxic environment? A toxic environment has high stress level, conflicts, negative emotions, low productivity, and people just frustrated. Because really, if you're going in an environment, hey, Amina, I see you're here, all the way from Japan. If you're going in an environment that is toxic, it's basically wearing you down. You don't feel energetic. You don't want to go to work. And so that cannot be good for your mental or physical health. Cannot be good for your, you know, stress levels. So, how can we overcome Saturday morning in Japan but head into my sports day now? Well, have fun at your sports day, Amina. But we want to make sure that we take care of ourselves in these toxic environments. Now, if you're joining this channel for the first time, go ahead and subscribe and turn your notification bells on so that you can be notified each time a video is uploaded. And if I go live, you don't want to miss any of the informative videos I will be sharing. Please note that on Sunday, I will be live with a Guyanese teacher who will be sharing his teaching experience, not so much in Guyana, but how he got a job here in the United States for this 2023-2024 school year. So be on the lookout Sunday at 6 p.m. EST, that's 6 p.m. Jamaica time, 7 p.m. here in the United States. We will have a Guyanese teacher who will be sharing how he got a job here in the United States and how it is going so far. So, he's just here, so the experience is not so great as yet, but he wants to make others aware of how he got a job here in the United States. So, yes, we're talking about toxic environment, and we say toxic environments can allow us to be stressed, overwhelmed, low productivity at work, and frustration, anxiety. I just don't want to go to work. Okay? Did you know that 24 million Americans stopped or left their jobs because of toxic environments? Yes, research have shown that 24 million Americans left their job because of toxic environment, toxic workplace, not even low pay didn't cause that toxic environment. I'm sure if you're in the chat and you've experienced toxicity at your workplace before, you can share it in the chat box. Was that something that you really liked? How did that make you feel? What did you do? All right. So, what can we do to make sure we're surviving in these toxic environments? Notice, guys, I'm in the backyard. So, as soon as it gets darker, let's finish this before it get dark. So, you want to keep your personal life separate from work, guys. Too often we go to work and everybody at work knows about our personal life. I'm not saying you're not gonna have a friend that you can, talk to about things that's happening at home, But you want that to be rare, because these people at work, you cannot always trust them. These are your colleagues. Sometimes they end up being friends, but in most cases, they are not your friends. They're just colleagues. So you go and you share your personal life with them. They know everything that's happening in your personal life and also what's happening in your work life. That can cause some clash. That can cause some kind of toxicity, especially if they have other friends in the school building. And while you share your information with them, they're sharing it with others. Some people you might not even know. All right. And please note this: some people might not know you, but they judge you just by what they see or what they hear. So you have to be careful about that. I'm not sure if this is something anybody has experienced, but you want to make sure you are keeping your personal life separate from work. Make sure you're relaxing after work. Make sure when you go home, you're focusing on you and you're not focusing too much on work. I would say not at all, but I don't want to say not at all because that's not going to be teacher like. So you want to make sure when you go home, you're relaxing, you're enjoying your space outside of work and enjoying some me time, whether you want to relax, whether you want to read a book. Just make sure personal life is separate from work life. Another thing you can do is build a support and network of friends, people who you can trust, people who you can share your personal as well as work life with, and those people can help you along the way in making better decisions. So you're separating the personal and family life, but you have friends and family outside who are supportive of you and can assist you in different things that you may need help in. All right. You want to one of the next thing, and I want to say this, especially if you're in a toxic environment, try not to take things personally, because if you find that every time something happens at work you're taking it personally, you are just heightening your stress level and making it bad for your mental health. And I can speak from experience. And those of us who are Jamaicans, we know that as soon as somebody says something that we don't like, we think they're saying it in a derogatory way, we head get hot and we're ready for, what you call it now? We're ready for kick off or whatever. Put the term in the chat box because I cannot keep up with all the terms. But we're just ready to attack. Try not to take everything personally in a toxic environment. Try to build this composure where you know I'm just going, getting my work done, and I'm out. And I'm not trying to make things be all about me and whatever this they're saying affecting me, because then you're affecting your entire. Sometimes it goes over to when you go home, you're still so stressed, you still have this whatever they said on your mind, and you just have to swell up your heart. So try to build up an approach on how you're going to block people out, block people's opinion out, as long as it's not anything to do with you specifically. You know what they're saying is not true. Do not take it personal. Or tell them a piece of your mind. Do not take it personal. Just learn to ignore them. Learn to ignore them. Another way we can um, um, get rid of the toxic environment and not stress over things is to find an outlet for stress. Some people, like me talking to you right now, this could be my way of not putting everything on my mind that's going on in my life. So this could be my outlet to release my stress. Some people going to the gym is one way that they release their stress. Other people, and I know this is me also, just going on the mall, walking around, eye shopping, making my eyes just see different things, looking at, even if I'm not buying anything, that is one way of me releasing my stress. So you need to find outlets. Meditation is good each day. Awesome. Thank you for that, Julian. Some people do meditate. So meditating is another way of getting the stress out and making sure that you are not taking things over into the next day at work. So find an outlet, guys. So many things you can do. So many outlets. It depends on you. What is it that you like, and what do you realize? When I do this, I feel better about things. Okay? If I go to the mall and I walk around and I look in all the stores, I feel better about what happened today at work. See? Diane says she dances every second, and dancing makes her feel better. So finding an outlet for to release your stress, we definitely need to do that. I did talk about separating personal life from work life. We need to also establish boundaries with toxic co-workers. Because we know the toxic ones. We know the toxic ones. And somebody would say all of us have a little toxic in us, but some people take it overboard. You know that person wherever you are in a group setting with them, and as soon as someone walk away or as soon as somebody does something, you know you're gonna get some form of response from them. You want to make sure you establish boundaries with these toxic people. Okay? All right. For example, but not don't look, Diane. Set boundaries and don't look at them. Because you want to make sure you have a positive um environment at work. And so when you mix with these toxic people at work, it makes you feel so burdened sometimes and heavy and like sometimes even feel weird. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, or if you can explain how you feel when you're around people who are toxic. Okay? It's so hard when your toxic coworker is your coach. I'm sorry, is your positive vibrations all the time. Positive vibration. Sometimes you feel so uncomfortable because of the things they're saying and the things they're doing, but you have to be there. So, what do you do? If you don't need to be there all the time, then don't stay. If it's not something important you're meeting about, you don't need to be there. If you're not discussing something that's going to benefit your classroom or benefit the school, you don't need to be around this person. So set boundaries with your toxic co-workers. All right? As as Diane said, that's the next one. In your toxic environment, you want to keep a positive environment. Me ear, me seminar. You want to keep a positive attitude. As Diana always said, positive vibrations. I can imagine Diana at school. All she cares about is to teach her class and to dance. So it doesn't matter what kind of toxicity they're coming with. She's dancing and she's being positive. You want to keep that positive attitude at school. Now, I know it can be hard sometimes as teachers. We complain a lot. We complain about every single thing. We complain about the kids. We complain about what administrators want us to do. We complain about the schedule. We complain about lunchtime. We complain about plan. We complain a lot. So that can bring on that negative energy. We want to try to detract from complaining so often and try to be positive about things. We know it is hard. We know it's a lot, but we want to try to keep it as positive as possible. Send all negative energy back to the sender. Thanks for that, Diane. So you want to keep it as positive as possible. Listen, I know I've been through some pointers before, but this one, I want to talk about this one, and I want guys to elaborate about this one some more. Bounce off a big bang. One way how you can survive the toxic environment is to rise above the gossip and the drama. Rise above the gossip and the drama. In Jamaica, we said it's anywhere so too much woman, a problem. Anywhere so too much woman, a problem. And in this profession, there's a lot of women in the teaching profession. So, whole pa gossiping, whole pa drama, whole pa talking. You can rise above it. You don't need to include yourself in it. Yes, you hear them gossiping. Yes, you hear them talking about this. Sometimes just tell yourself, so I'm not stay right and include myself in it. Say, me I go walk away. Try to rise above it. Try to rise above it because it is weighing us down. It is weighing us down. I can talk because I've experienced it. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed. Sometimes I just feel like, say, boy oh boy, I know I'm gonna work, because it's the same thing over and over and over. But guess what? There's a flip side to it, because when you are not participating in it, then you are looked at as you are, you know, staying away from them, not involving yourself with them, you're not friendly, you're antisocial. So it can spin off to be that you are the bad person when all you're doing is trying to stay positive and trying not to get involved in all the drama and all the gossiping. So I don't know if somebody can say, how can you make this not look like you're really avoiding them and make it look like you really don't want to, be a part of the team, but it's just that some of the vibrations that's coming off, you just don't want to be a part of it. All right. All right. You also want to, and I know some school districts have this. If you find that you're working in an environment that is toxic, and it's not just in the United States, there are avenues that you can take to seek professional help. Professional help meaning you're talking to the higher authorities or the people they put in place to help you in these areas. um, for example, some school districts have a body that you can reach out to that's going to help you to overcome some of the things that you're going through at work. They don't want you to go through things by yourself. So if you go through their program, they will give you strategies on how to overcome stress. If you're going through stress because of your toxic work environment, they can assist you with things like that. So you can seek personal help, not just personal, I mean professional help to get you in the right direction. You also want to know your worth. Too often we're just in at work. Nobody cares about what you're doing. They believe you are just there to teach. They don't know your value. They don't know your worth. It's not their duty to know your worth, but it's your duty to know your worth and what you are capable of doing and what is that you will allow and what is it you will not allow or entertain. So know your worth, guys. Teachers are valuable people, valuable. We have a lot of worth, but not everybody is going to acknowledge that. But you have to find some ways. And I know Diane started things like this before. I don't know if she continue to do it. Positive affirmations. Repeat positive affirmations to yourself every single day. I am unique. I have a purpose in life. I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. For those who believe in God, speak to yourself in a positive way and keep just telling yourself this every day, because people will not, some people will not, they could see a moving a mountain, they will not acknowledge it. So you have to know your worth. Okay, guys, so far, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to this channel as yet, go ahead and subscribe. Turn your notification bells on so that you can be notified. And don't forget, Sunday we'll be live with a Guyanese teacher, and it's a male teacher. I did mention that. A Guyanese male teacher, Sunday live at 6 p.m. He will be sharing how he got a job here in the United States and how things are going so far. Positive affirmations. Yes, Dan. My positive affirmation is in getting out I know in getting out of oh I know I'm getting out of this. Yes, you have to remind yourself every day of your worth and what it is that you're going to be doing to make yourself a better human being. Because some people will not say it. All right. So, in all that you do, one last pointer, you want to be persistent. Be persistent, whether it is with your affirmations, whether it is with making sure you are rising above gossip, rising above negative thinking, negative thoughts. Did mention before, sometimes it can be hard, but we just have to tell ourselves that we're going to practice it and be consistent and persistent in doing this. All right. So, guys, that's the end of today's live. We had 1 week of Teachers Lounge and we had 5 episodes. Each day we spoke about or spoke on a different topic. If you did not get to see any of the episodes, you can always go back to my YouTube channel and go on their podcast. All 5 episodes are there. You you can just hit play, and they'll play one after the other in the order from number 1 to 5. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel as yet. Be on the lookout for our live Sunday with Guyanese teacher Javon Mentor, who's going to be sharing with us how he got a job here in the United States and how it is going so far. Also, I will be uploading a video soon. I think you're going to like that video. I'm definitely going to be looking out for feedback on your thoughts on what you think about that video. It's like a vlog. So I will be uploading that maybe tomorrow or Sunday, preferably tomorrow. So I want you to be on the lookout for that and definitely leave me some comments. And it's becoming nighttime, so it's getting dark. We got some good daylight, but it's time to go. I'll see you next time. Have a good weekend, guys, and do take care. Bye.